Can dry eyes actually cause you to go blind? Well, the overall answer is no, but that's not completely true. And we're going to explain exactly why as we go over 6 different ways dry eyes can actually affect your eyes and your vision. Let's focus in. Number 1 is light sensitivity or photophobia. There actually is a strong correlation between dry eyes and photophobia, with the majority of people that have dry eyes have symptoms of some degree of light sensitivity. But the actual pathway or how it causes photophobia is not fully understood. The leading probable cause to this is when you have decreased tears, changes to tear composition, what the tears are made of, tear instability, hyperosmolarity, where your tears are saltier than they should be, and inflammation. The corneal receptor cells are sensitive to all of these changes. Their terminal ends are right by the tear film, so when you have this prolonged, intense receptor input, it excites the cells and they become extra sensitive. And they become extra sensitive to other stimuli, including light, causing light sensitivity. Another portion and cause could be the inflammation of the trigeminal nerve that's near the cornea as well, which has also been linked to light sensitivity. Number 2 is corneal damage. Dry eyes can actually damage the surface of your eyes. Now this is more of a case of severe dry eyes. When the surface of the eyes is exposed to the air, less tears, it can actually cause inflammation. It can cause punctate erosions, little small open wounds on the surface of the eyes, little corneal abrasions and inflammation. And so sometimes your eyes can be in this constant fluctuation between being damaged from the dryness and then also healing, because the eye can heal really fast. And so you'll have this fluctuation and sometimes can have symptoms of pain and irritation from that. Number 3, and it's kind of related, you can have symptoms of burning and stinging. Because you have these microcorneal abrasions or these punctate erosions and your tears might be salty, then that salty tear will touch those abrasions and cause that sting or that burn. Or it can be just from being exposed to the air. When your tears leave the surface of your eyes, that air can be exposed and touch the surface of your eyes, which can cause those symptoms as well. Now, just as a side note, for a lot of these reasons, I still recommend people using artificial tears, specifically preservative-free artificial tears, even when their eyes don't feel dry. If they know they have a dry eye condition, I still recommend kind of a routine use of artificial tears to kind of keep their eyes from getting to that point of getting these microabrasions or erosions. It kind of keeps them from getting a lot of the symptoms down the road, kind of helps prevent a lot of the symptoms during the day. And if you're curious about some of my favorite artificial tears, I did a full video about that, and I'll put that link in the description so you can check that out. Number 4, dry eyes can actually lead to more eye infections. Because your tear layer is a protective layer to the eye, if that protective layer is not there, it's not flushing out extra bacteria or viruses out of the eye, and so your eye can be more prone to getting these eye infections. On top of that, if you actually get these microcorneal abrasions, your cornea can be more prone to getting infections or corneal ulcers as well. And corneal ulcers can actually be kind of a next layer of severity where it can actually affect the vision depending on how deep that ulcer goes. And then sometimes can actually be tricky to treat as well. And this leads me to number 5, and that's the question we started with: can dry eyes actually cause you to go blind? And like I said, the overall answer is no, but there is a possibility that you could go blind from your eyes being dry. And this usually comes from getting enough corneal abrasions or large corneal erosions or the corneal ulcers that we just talked about. If the cornea is damaged deep enough into the deep layers of the cornea, it can actually lead to permanent scarring. And if this happens right on the center of your vision, the center of your cornea, then it can actually cause some vision loss. And if it's severe enough, can actually cause you to go blind to the point where you won't have vision or adequate vision out of that eye. Now, the chances of this happening is really, really low and really, really rare, usually only happening in the most severe cases of dry eye disease. So that's why overall, when people ask, hey, can dry eyes cause blindness? Most doctors are going to say no, because it's true, unless in the rare cases, but it's not completely true. It's possible, but very rare. In most cases of dry eyes affecting vision, and this leads to number 6, it can cause blurry vision or fluctuating blurry vision. And this goes along the same lines. If you have tears that are evaporating too fast, or they're causing little inflammation patches or erosions, and they might be on the center of your vision, just not deep enough into the cornea to cause permanent scarring, but that can still cause blurry vision or fluctuating blurry vision as those parts of the cornea heals up and then gets worse again, and then maybe you have an adequate tear film as you blink, and then the tear film leaves and gets blurry, and can be really frustrating for a lot of people with dry eyes. And I actually go into more detail in this video right here. If you want to learn more, definitely check it out. I go over some tips to help fight that fluctuating blurry vision. But I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I try my best to answer questions down there. Stay focused.